Welcome to Symbolic Minds, everyone. Today's topic, tobacco behind the walls. And man, back in 2006, man, they took all tobacco off after every commissary in the BOP. And the effect that affected, it really caused a recession behind them walls. It messed up the economy in a lot of prisons. There was some rumors that some guys had filed a lawsuit in the BOP about a secondhand smoke, trying to use that lawsuit to get out of prison. And I can see that's the only reason for them to really removing it, because it was at the time their biggest money maker, the tobacco. So let's get into it. Right here, this right here inside the joint, this called a Cadillac. A whole cigarette called a Cadillac. This really ain't no cigarette. This is my pipe. You know what I mean? Put the little weed right there and shit. Got a little hole right there. This really my pipe. Y'all know that. But anyway, this called a Cadillac behind the walls. So if you can get your hands on a pack of cigarettes, man, check this out. You take all the tobacco out of this one cigarette, right? And you re-roll it and you make 5 more cigarettes, little needle joints. You know what I mean? And they sell them $5 for a book of stamps. So $25, $30 a cigarette. We talking $600 for one pack of cigarettes that you can make. Now, if you want to buy the whole pack from somebody in there, and you guys, you know what I mean? They were selling the whole pack for $250, $300. Amazing. And what it did not only caused a recession in all the prisons, it corrupted the COs. Because now the correction officers in there, they like, man, shit, they won't bring no hard drugs, but they'll bring some cigarettes. You know what I mean? If dude's paying them $100 for a pack of cigarettes, you think they ain't going to bring it in? How many you want? 10, 20 years? Shoot them. You know how it work. You know what I mean? And I ain't telling something that, people don't know, man. All you got to do is go read the Marshall Project. You know what I mean? They're a non-profit organization about the criminal justice system and all of that. The Marshall Project. Go read the shit about the tobacco that they put up there. They say it corrupted the COs. You know what I mean? So, like I said, you can make $25, $30 off of one cigarette. A lot of the gangs was, they was lobbying for who can get the cigarettes and, how the yard don't smash. You know what I mean? But also, like in 2006, I figured like 2007 or 8 when I was in Big Sandy, I saw the effect once they took the cigarettes out. It used to be Bloody Beaumont, because, in the penitentiary, they got like 16, 17 pens. And, all of them, how they stretch, where they carry the ring. Well, all of them have a few years or something where they got the ring for the most violent. So after Beaumont, kind of settled down and they shipped a lot of guys out of there, Big Sandy became to me, Big Sandy was the prison that was going up the most, with all the violence and shit. So after I get to Big Sandy, they take the cigarettes out. Now the cigarettes sky high. So the captain and the warden at Big Sandy, they didn't want all the violence and stuff. So when there was beefs and stuff between 2 gangs or 2 cars and shit, they'd call the head of each gang or car up there and have a meeting. Man, these dudes were leaving the meetings with 150, 200 packs of cigarettes a piece for each gang or car, right? To stop the beef. Shit. Man, you know what dudes started doing? You know how creative, you know how they get. Man, dudes started faking beefs up there. On the yard having a stare off, man, so they can get called up there and get some cigarettes to stop the beef. I probably should have told y'all that one, though. You know what I'm saying? I probably should have said that about that, but we're going to keep it in there. You know what I mean? But let me tell y'all the nasty part about the cigarettes. Like a lot of times on the little moves and stuff, when they open the doors to go out the unit, the CO might step out the side. You got 10 minutes to get to where you're trying to get. You're trying to go to the gym or the library. So in them 10-minute moves, the CEO will step out there. He might be out there smoking. You know what I mean? You got the cigarette guys, all the tobacco dudes just waiting, man. They waiting on him to shoot one of them butts somewhere. Waiting, bro. Stalking them. Then, bro, you got the CEOs that chew it, the chewing tobacco, they dip, right? And they walking around, they got the water bottle in their back pocket, they spitting in there and shit, man. They when they throw that shit away, who you think clean the jail up? Even up there in their offices, the inmates. So they getting that, they making a killing off of that. They up there selling DNA. And you asking me like how, man? They take that shit, all that spit, all that brown spit, tobacco spit, and they pour it on like a couple, like four. They get like 5 or 6 paper towels and napkins, and they pour that shit on there and let it absorb some. And they do some kind of way where they ball that shit up, and they put that shit in the microwave, man, for a few seconds, and that shit go right back to fucking tobacco form. Unbelievable from spit, bruh. You know what I mean? But nobody never re-chewed it or nothing. But it was this one dude, this white dude where I was at. He re-chewed it. His whole fucking head swelled up. He got infection in his jaws and shit. Like, man, that shit crazy, bro. Cause think about it, bro. When you like when people like when you get up in the morning and shit and you brush your teeth, some people teeth bleed. Or you chewing shit, bro. You don't know, man, what's wrong with people's mouth. He could have had like an inside sore or something in his mouth, like a herpes or something in his mouth or something. Anything, bro. So now you done took all his spit and shit, and you done remix it and brought it back to form and smoking it and doing whatever, bro. The nastiest shit ever, bro, that you gonna ever see behind them walls. Man, the CEO can spit out there, man. They'll come behind him and swoop that shit up off the ground. They'll swoop that shit up off the ground, bro. Crazy, weirdest shit you ever want to see in your life out there. Crazy, bro. Just absolutely fucking crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy, bro. Ain't no fucking way. Yeah, man, they put that shit in the microwave. I remember dudes was getting mad because they was putting the shit in the microwave. That's the nastiest shit ever, bro. Some shit out somebody's mouth, bro. Putting that shit all in the microwave and shit, reading the shit. But more dudes was buying it, bro. I don't believe it. You know what I mean? It took me a while to eat the fucking food, bro. You know what I mean? I ain't no fucking way I'm gonna be smoking somebody's spit that they even spit out. Like, unbelievable, bro. You know what I mean? But let me take it back, man, because these inmates, these dudes are geniuses. I would have never thought, man, you could take that shit and get some tobacco even out of that shit. It's all liquid. They bring the shit right back in the microwave, bro, and they pull that shit out of there. It looks straight like tobacco. It was spit before they put it in there. Unbelievable, right? These dudes are fucking geniuses, bro. Geniuses. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, they took them cigarettes out of there, man, and man, you seen a lot more and more. It's like they never really took them out. They never really took them out because now you got the COs, they bringing cigarettes in there. They would never bring them hard drugs, but when now they can make, man, they selling inmate cigarettes for $100 a pack. Now you think they ain't gonna make that money? Man, they around there eating. They around there eating, bro. You know what I mean? But it's a goddamn shame that it's like that and you went through the recession and all that. Because, man, it's been a while. It's been a few years now. Why they don't put the e-cigarettes around there, the electronic? Or the vapes and all that. Why they can't have that? You know, so some of these dudes can take the edge off around this shit, bro. Because trust me, I was there in Big Sandy, man, and I think that shit was part of the cause when Big Sandy got so violent, man, when they took them cigarettes out of there. It messed the economy up. That's because a lot more robbings. You know what I mean? But they did offer the patch. I ain't gonna lie. Dudes was walking around with the patch on. That shit was crazy, man. Like, you know, it was like that. It felt like we was in a futuristic jail or something, man. You can go up there and get the patch. You know what I'm saying, man? That shit was crazy, man. But you know, dudes was walking around there with the patch on their arm and shit. You know what I mean? It was weird, bro. Like weird, but man, the whole thing about the cigarettes in prison, man, that's what everybody trying to get their hands on. You know what I mean? What they gonna do to you if you get caught? You know what I mean? You ain't did nothing. You know what I mean? So I know, man, it's a lot of leeway. And sometimes, man, a lot of joints, man, they want a certain amount of shit in there to keep the economy going. You know what I mean? It's like the ticket guy. They want tickets. Guys that book tickets so guys can bet on the games and shit like that. That keep the yard straight. That keep the yard calm. If they ain't got nothing to do all that, man, it's gonna be violence. It's gonna be violence. So they let them gamble. Sometimes they're coming in ready to ticket, man, take a few stamps, but I done heard stories where they really just did that for a show and gave them all the shit back. Keep the ticket going. Shit, I even heard there was some rumors. I knew somebody that had a ticket. They said it was the administration's ticket. You know what I'm saying? They was making the money for real. You know what I mean? So, but man, them cigarettes, bro, they really, man, the cigarettes was like, man, when I say the economy was booming when it was cigarettes, and man, they just took them. They had to take them. They snatched them because they had a little lighter jacks on the walls outside the building. You could walk in, and man, everything was sweet when the cigarettes was here. When they took them, bro. They took them, man. That shit was crazy. It was crazy. And to this day, I can't believe like why they can't get them back. You know what I mean? Just get the e-cigarettes. That's all they gotta do, man. Kind of help these dudes out, keep the stress down, keep dudes calm in there, man. They should be doing everything they can do to keep dudes calm. You know what I'm saying? But this is about the man generation, man. Don't forget to hit that like button, man, right now. Hit that like button. If you ain't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, man. Leave a comment, man. You know what I mean? I gotta get my likes up. Y'all ain't liking enough of my stuff. You know what I mean? This is about the man generation.